Fast forward in 1983, I graduated and I married Wayne. In 1986, we had our first child, a beautiful girl. In 1989, we had our handsome boy, and I thought we were the perfect family. Everybody did. On the outside, we appeared to have it all together. He had a good job, we had a decent first home, we were buying healthy kids, and with each passing day, his addiction to alcohol and drugs was taking him further and further away from us. Wayne was not able to just forget the baby that we aborted. His attempts to mask the pain with drugs and alcohol destroyed our marriage, and in 1990 we divorced. Years later, in the fall of 2003, I was sitting in a women's retreat in Hot Springs. The lady on the platform was talking about her abortion and how it hurt her. She talked about how the natural acts of mourning loss have to be suppressed after an abortion. She told about the deep spiritual hurt that women often experience, such as anger, acts of rage, deep regret, PTSD, flashbacks, drug abuse, alcohol abuse, promiscuity, self-hatred, suicide, thoughts of suicide, destructive behavior, relationship problems, overprotective children that you have, depression. The list goes on. And I can tell you, being a director of a pregnancy center, I've taken many people through a study for healing from that, and this is absolutely true that these women deal with these issues. I sat there thinking as she was speaking, my God, that's me. That's what's wrong with me. I never made the connection as to why I would get so angry sometimes and just go through acts of rage in my home. That is why I battle suicidal thoughts and depression. By this time I was remarried and had another child. We were perfect. We were the perfect picture of a dysfunctional family. Don't think for a minute that my entire family didn't feel the effects of my abortion. My anger outbursts and acts of rage and suicidal thoughts were felt by my children and my husband and hurt them. Abortion hurts. The abortion trauma had a ripple effect on our children. Our oldest son was caught buying drugs from his father just a few feet from our home when he was 16 years old. The crack cocaine addiction led to a streak of crime and eventual imprisonment. He is now 29 years old and has been in prison most of his adult life. He has 2 children that my husband and I are raising. They may be grown before he gets out. Abortion hurts. Our daughter met an abusive man in rehab while battling an opioid addiction. She left this world in 2016, leaving behind 4 children. The children are now split into 3 different homes. My husband and I have 2 of them. Abortion hurts. Abortion is not an easy or simple procedure that is over in a few minutes. It has caused more problems for me than it ever solved. All over the world, there are stories similar to mine. Young women backed into a corner, thinking there is no way out, not hearing the message that someone wants your baby. Senator Rapert, I wish somebody would have checked to see if there was a heartbeat when I went to that abortion clinic. Abortion affects as many lives as a single life could. And when I think about the mothers and fathers of those 60,069,971 plus babies that have been aborted since Roe v. Wade, and I start doing a multiplication of the ripple effect of that, do you have to wonder why our world is in the mess that it's in today? Drug addiction, mental illness, and suicide are at the highest point they've ever been. Abortion is a crime against humanity, and I feel like it is directly related to the problems that we see in our society today. Miss Cindy Crawford is wearing a pin that shows how the exact size of a 10-week-old baby in the womb. It is a person They're tiny people. There is no footprint so small that it does not leave an imprint on this world. None.
Thank you, Ms. Chisholm, very much for your comments and for coming today and